How is everybody tonight? We're way up on Hollym Beach. The weather's been quite good today. Me and Toby were out earlier on. And we had a good walk over the cliff and what have you. I think we did just short of 5 miles. There he is, the little fella. Centre of the screen. That's something. Come on, Toby. Well, I'm going to walk around this. There we go. The old pillbox. As you can see, still here. This would have been on the cliff in the wall. It had been further back, probably about 100, 150 yards from the sea. Toby! Toby, I always have a phobia of that pillbox where Toby is if he gets stuck. I know he can't get into it. I always check it beforehand. But it's always a fear. I know there's no seals on the beach, so I'm not worried about him picking a fight with one. I'm going up to fishermen if I'm not with him. The fishermen are fine, don't get me wrong, but they might have bait on hooks and things like that, and he sees it and say he goes to snaffle it. But you're after a treat. There they are. Ridden me back, so we're going to have to get them out. Put them out. So it'll be easier to get. There it is. Would you like a treat? Well, just look at this. Good afternoon, Guy. How are you? I'm great. Hello, Annette. Yeah, it certainly is. How's your arm anyway? Hello, Nancy. Hello, Claire. The house prices, it depends what you want. You can buy a cheap terrace that needs doing up for less than 100,000. If you want a nice bungalow, you'll certainly get one for under 200,000. If you want a small 2-bedroom bungalow like we've got, but you're looking at about 130. The trouble is those cheaper ones like we've got, as soon as they come empty, they bought up. But I'd say if you're willing to spend up to 160, 170, you'll get a nice bungalow. Go on to Rightmove and look at with THERNSEA. Have a look and see what you think. Some of the big 4-bedroom houses on the seafront, you're talking $250,000. Well, they are big and very expensive. My house is a 2-bedroom bungalow with a parking space as well. Cost us 73, but that was in 2015. So what would it be worth now? At a guess, I'd say somewhere between 120, 130. Do I want to sell? No. If we still lived in West Yorkshire, an equivalent house would be about 180, 190. Yeah, whereabouts do you live then, Claire? I'm fine, Texas. Oh, you're in Burnley? Oh, God. Yeah, I know Burnley. We used to live in Burnley up to about 1997 and we got out. You'll certainly get a lot more for your money in Burnley than you'd get here. Although if given the choice of living here or Burnley, yeah, he wants a treat, he's telling me. There you go. I'd always prefer to live in Burnley. My wife's a Burnley lass, and my two, well, 3 of them were all born in Burnley. One still lives there, and 2 live in West Yorkshire. Brighton, yeah, I know Brighton. Between Burnley and Nelson. I remember taking my boys to the cinema there. I don't know whether we still got it or not. What did we go and see? I think we went to see the Flintstones. So that's going back, I think, to about 1995. We lived at Bruncher at the time. Do you work in Burnley? Yeah, that is true. The countryside around Burnley is absolutely amazing. I've not got anything on it. When it came out, there were no wind. I should actually have put my microphone in. Tomorrow it's going to be windy, and then we're going to Scunthorpe. So I will make sure I've got all my bits and pieces, you know, for the microphone, an elastic band to keep the thing in at the bottom, and so on. So I'll make sure it's okay then anyway. So we'll be all properly set up. And even if it's windy, it won't be windy like it is here with the wind coming in from the sea. There he is, little man. Hi Edward, how are you? How Jack? Sunny or not, he says. Mind you, it's not cold here. I'm quite warm. I've got my coat on, but I'm certainly not cold. I've not got any gloves on. I'm not wearing my hat. So yeah, I'm just kind of chilling and enjoying my walk. It's amazing, really. So I know I'm 3 miles from home if I go straight from here. So when we take a detour around Valley Gardens, that should give me a full 12 miles today I've walked. Which is good. I know when I weighed myself the other day, altogether this last 10 days I've lost about 1.5 pounds. So I was happy with that. I'll go back to weighing myself on a Sunday now. I'd put on since Christmas about 7 pounds. It's not really affecting me diabetes, to be honest. Look at this beach, it's like a moonscape. You can just imagine the lunar module landing. With Buzz Aldrin. His giant leap for mankind. A small step for a man and a giant leap for mankind. I remember that, and I stopped up all night watching it. So me and my stepfather, we didn't really get on, but on that we were both transfixed to the television watching it. One of the few times when we weren't antagonistic towards each other, when we had a little bit of detente, what worked. Yeah, and it was in black and white. But in them days, that was about as good as it got. Black and white television. I think in America at that time we had colour, but it hadn't reached over the Atlantic to Blighty. Oh, Toby's certainly enjoying himself. He loves coming on here. He's at the back of that. There he is. I think he's looking for seals. But I know there is not. There he is. The little man. Absolutely, yeah, that's good that. Yeah, thanks Nancy. Oh great, I'm glad about that, Edward. They're getting your roof sorted on Friday. Yeah, I'll have a look at that guy. Good, I'm glad about your roof. Yeah, thanks for that, Nancy. It is a good healthy walk. I do about that amount every day. Well, 8 kilometres is good. good. You just do a little bit more every day. Just do what you can do. Right. I don't know about that, Edward. Yes, we have come across them quite a lot, Guy. If you look back, the other week we come across a couple. I've got pictures on the channel as well. So yeah, we often come across seals. We come on this beach about a month ago. We came across two. A couple of weeks ago, we was on the beach at Withensea and we come across one sleeping. Yes. Toby knows about them, but so far I've been lucky. I've been able to get him on his lead. I don't want him terrorising them, but I don't want them biting him either. Taking your cat for a walk if you don't want to go. Hiya Sammy, how are you? Yeah, me and Toby are good. Yeah, we don't like rain, don't cats, I do know that. Hiya Dave, how are you? Hi Callum. Yeah, so there he is, the little man way in front running off. He'll stop in a bit and I'll tell him about treats and he'll come running back. Toby, would you like a treat? Yeah. There you go. There he is. Oh, it does. He really loves this beach. Are you going to get more snow? Oh no. It's nice and warm here. I wouldn't say warm, but it's certainly not cold. I've got a jacket on, but I could probably have got away with just a heavy jumper because I've got a light jumper on and a jacket. I could have got away with just a thick jumper. With a southwesterly wind coming in, no, southeasterly wind. Now normally I'd expect it to bring rain. Off he goes, look. Yeah, so Toby does know about the seals. He has seen them, but as I said, I've always been lucky. I don't really know what he'd do if he come across one, but the problem is I don't know what the seal would do. I do know they have very, very sharp teeth. So I'd rather not find out. Look how far the cliffs have receded. Hiya Doctor, not so happy. That is very true. Well, it's not so bad here. Yep, lovely. Spring showering the flowers, yeah. I bet that'd be something to see, wouldn't it? Sea lions, they're huge, aren't they? Thanks, Lucky Shamrock. Thank you very much. We are having a fantastic stream, yeah? Yeah, I read about that before, Nancy. Good point. See, look at that. How much has come down? How much has gone? That's with the storms the other week. Toby! Yeah, I'm going to stick him on his lead because there's another dog there. Should be okay, but... Yeah, Toby. Yeah, I know, I've seen it. Good boy. Good boy. Plus, just past here is where we come off the beach. Yeah, I've heard about. I've seen them, Nancy, on television. You know, wildlife programs. But I've never seen one close up. I think manatees are like freshwater seals, aren't they? Or freshwater sea lions. I don't think they live on the coast, do they? There we go, we got a dog. God, he's going up and down there. Don't give him any ideas. Yeah, that cliff is literally vertical. He came down and ran all the way back up. Wow. Dogs can do things. See, it's still holding up. Still got a bit of grass on top. It is, isn't it? Really skinny. There's hardly any of it left now. I'm thinking, you know, towards you get around about the 20th, we get lots and lots of storms, 20th of March, you know, for the equinox. I'm wondering whether it'll actually survive it. I mean, when you think of how big it was when we first saw it, when was it, April and May? You look at it now. There he goes. Hang on, Toby. There we go. A bit more. There we are. I can do it. I can do it now. You can still see the tracks of the excavator that came to lift all the rock armour so they could recover Grace's body. The tracks are still there. It's still be made out. both been buried. And that the service of family, I should imagine, is still going through the grieving process in whatever way they do. Slowly the rest of us have had to pick up the threads of our own lives. Every time I go on watch, I think of that day. I think of the time when I go into our inside station. I was given 3 people, I thought. So bad when we get on to the road. You went scuba diving? Right, I didn't know about that, Jack. About manatees. Yeah, Nancy, you went scuba diving in Florida and saw a giant group of jewfish, I don't know what they are. The size of a VW Beetle, God. Hell, amazing. Sea cows, one of the women I used to work with, going back many years ago, mid-1990s, something like that. That's what she used to do. She was some woman, she had some spirit about her. She had a big motorbike, a 1200cc I think it was. I don't know, was it a BMW or... I don't know that much about bikes, but it was a big bike. And she used to go over to the Caribbean and scuba diving. Her husband didn't. Her husband preferred to sit at home. He was a bit of a couch potato, but this woman, Helen she was called, southwesterly coming in, southwesterly wind. I can tell by the windsock. Now, a southwesterly normally brings rain, but there's no rain forecast for today. There may be later on tonight, but not at the moment. No, that'll affect us. Yeah. She did. She had all the gear, everything. The leathers, the boots, the trousers, the jacket. She had the whole lot, and she used to come to work on this big high-powered bike. Worked for a bank in Leeds, and she'd come in, get herself changed, put her makeup and stuff on, and get on with the job. And then when she finished, again, leathers on, get on the bike and ride home. I'm sorry about the wind. Yeah, I never realised we were going to get this wind. If I had, I'd have brought the microphone with me and plugged it in and done what I had to do with my elastic band. No, but Helen, though, that's what she used to do. She'd come in wearing all her leathers, get changed in work and do her job, and then put her leathers on before she went home on a bike. And it was a huge bike. Her husband wouldn't get on the bike with her. He said no way. Like I said, he was a bit of a couch potato. He just didn't want to do anything. He drove a van, you know, like a delivery van, and that were about as good as he got with him. Well, that's it. He just said no. Leave me out of it. You do what you want, just leave me out of it. She'd be off on the set when we weren't working, like at weekends. She'd be off somewhere. He'd be sat at home watching football with a load of cans, with a 6-pack or something. She'd say she's going here or going there, and she'd be out at like 6 o'clock in the morning. You wonder why some people are together, but she was happy enough with him. I said, would you not really prefer somebody like yourself who was into the things that you're into? She said, no, not really. She said, look, I do my own thing. He does his own thing. So we're happy like that. She doesn't try and cramp my style or anything. She'll just do what I want to do. And yeah, it works. No, you know, I'm not into them. My son has a big motorbike. His is a BMW, but I don't know what size it is, but it is big. It's not my sort of thing. There we are, Elsie the cow, waiting to be milked. And it's not my sort of thing either. I wouldn't go anywhere on a bike. My only real experience is going back to when I was about 14. A mate of mine, a bit older than me, he'd be about 17, had gone out and bought a new bike. Now, this was quite a big bike. He said, "Fancy coming out, Daz?" Yeah, all right. So I thought we were just going to go for a ride round the block. Before I knew where we were, literally within 20 minutes, we was on the M1 heading north, and I thought, shit. I just literally froze. I was absolutely terrified. I just held on to him for my life. And then eventually we come off the motorway. He said, "Do you know where we are, Daz?" I said, "I don't know." Birmingham. So how are we going to get home? It's the same as we got here. I said, "I can't do it." He says, "You're going to have to do it." He says, "You got here, didn't you?" Yeah. So come on, we can get home. I didn't even have a crash helmet on because in them days you didn't need crash helmets. And oh God, I was terrified all the way home. Anyhow, it dropped me off at home, a bit jelly-legged, shaking like a leaf. But I've never been on a motorbike since then. And that's what, 56, 57 years ago, something like that. Yeah, that's it. It's made of fiberglass. I think it's to try and keep her upright. Because when it gets windy round here, it gets windy. And look at that. And when it gets really windy, it will fall over. So it's quite a big weight to pick back up again. So putting the rope round the neck and tying it to the fence means it's not too difficult just to push it upright again. Yeah, you're right, Guy. I mean, I agree. 4 wheels, yeah. That just put me off altogether. It might have been a bit different if we'd just had a couple of miles around where we lived. I don't know, but it scared me so much. It took us just over an hour, like, to get just over 100 miles. My mum lived in Dagenham at the time. I remember us going to Rainham. And then we hit the North Circular Road after that. I mean, it was just, everything was just a blur. As I said, it just put the fear of God into me. Oh, Jack. Yeah, that's who by a plastic cowboy. Oh, God. No, it's not going to blow away. It is too heavy, Nancy. I am that plastic cowboy. When I lived in Burnley, I knew a few of them. Lancashire's a big country and western place. A lot of people love country and western music. I love it. But you used to have a lot of people dressing up as cowboys and cowgirls. You know, and things like that. You had they'd have dances and things. It weren't just like a few, there were a lot. And a lot of them would go out wearing the cowboy outfits. Some of them would even try and have like a mid-American accent, but it sounded really funny because Burnley is broad Lancashire, really broad, you know, it's rate kind of thing, and then people trying to talk with a Midwest American accent. Oh God. I'm a great lover of country and western. If I'm in the car on my own, I'll listen to it. It's one of the things I'll listen to. Well, here we are. We got to the cabins. We've gone past the airfield. Gone past the dog walking place. I can hear it. Yeah, I know that Jack Russell. He has to go to us every time he sees us. Now there's your chalets over there. They're all right for a holiday, but you know, there's some people who actually live in those things, like from beginning of February to the end of November. I don't think I could do that. My bungalow's small. It's not as small as these. It is small, but it's comfortable. I think if I lived in one of them, see, I would feel very cramped. A week, maybe. I think I've seen them on, you know, like we watch American films and stuff on television. I think I've seen them. You know, with a big plastic cowboy sign. I think, you know, just thinking then, I think that'd be something that I will have seen on television and what have you, or films I've gone to watch. Right, would you like a treat? Give somebody a treat. Ooh, what have I got for Toby? There we are. Toby's had a treat. Yeah, I think that's something I've seen. Remember in the summer when they had that big hole right the way along here for weeks and weeks and weeks, weren't it? Now we're going straight down, Toby. Claire, you were asking about houses, how much you'd pay for a house round here. One of these about probably 220. But they are detached. Those down there, Hampton Grove, you pay about 180 maybe, 190, depends. See, all these are detached, so they are quite expensive. Not really expensive though, I mean, it's a nice part of the country to live. You know you're safe, you're not going to get your house broke into or anything else. People are nice. Earlier on when I took Toby out this morning, a woman comes up to me. She says, "Hello, is this Toby?" I said, "Yeah, it is." "Do we know you?" She says, "Yeah." Should I watch you on YouTube? God, petrol's gone up again. 151.9 or 141.9 for petrol. We'll cross over and I'll show you. 151.9 for diesel. Wow. Now bear in mind, a week ago yesterday it was 139.9. for diesel and 131.9 for petrol. Whew. So it's gone up 10 pence a litre there. Wow. Well, we'll make our way back up Louisville and we'll go back on the promenade. That was convenient. So his last 9 days, fuel has gone up. I think it was 144.9 yesterday at Tesco in Hornsey. I think give it another couple of weeks and we'll be up to £2. The trouble is, whenever you get a situation, the price of fuel, it goes up like a rocket, bump, but it comes down like a feather. I know I'm going to keep my diesel tank full, literally. on the 18th of April we're going away for a week at Whitby. So as soon as I get into Whitby, whatever the price of fuel, I'll fill up again. And I'll keep the thing full. And when we get back to Withensea or get back to Hornsey, I'll just fill up again. You know, we got a lunatic as an energy minister who caps North Sea oil. He says we don't need it. We're going to have wind turbines instead. Hello, puss. Over. Come on, Toby, the cat'll kill you. Yeah, the day's certainly That's all right, love. I just heard this voice. I wonder where it was coming from. Well, that's what it was. See you later, love. Yeah, so the weather's certainly got better since coming out. I haven't seen him for a while, but the bloke who I used to see quite a lot, and on his back he had like a board on the front of his bike, and he had a Jack Russell, and the Jack Russell dog would sit on that board, and he had this electric bike, and he'd be whizzing about all over on it. I've not seen him or the dog for a long while. Mind you, it's been winter, so. Well, it's certainly a lovely day. When I came earlier on, I was walking past here. You could have walked along there. The tide hadn't come in to that point. The tide was far out still. But like in the last hour, that's how far it's come in. It's coming quite a long way. It was out towards it, well past the end of the groins, so it was out past there. Come on, Toby, I'm with you. Well, this should be a day for everybody. The Blue Light Weekend, 8th and 9th of August 2026. It's normally very good. Yeah, see, Toby's not that bothered at the moment, is he? goes in. All right. Well, we got an helicopter up there. It's nothing, just an helicopter though. Yeah. Houses have gone up a lot here. Yes, that is very true, isn't it? Well, gasoline in Britain, you're talking, you saw that £1.41, which is about going on for $2 a litre. Not a gallon, a litre. So you're talking there about $10 a gallon. There is that, Nancy, I can walk. And even in bad weather, it has to be bad before I don't walk. You're right, Edward, it will, it'll take it, it will. That's what I said, it, you know, things go up. Petrol, the price of petrol goes up like a rocket, but it comes down like a feather. Cat too, I know. Really? I've never come across them yet. Fuddruckers. Sounding like some truckers sort of place. Like a truck stop, doesn't it, in a way? One of these interstate places where you'll pull off in your big 18-wheel semi. You know, how far's Miami from where you live then, Jack? I mean, for anybody who lives in the UK, you know, when you think of the size of America, you know, it's just amazing. Oh, look at that. That big shiny thing in the sky, I'm not really sure what it is today, but it's there. Well, I've got today's icon. Let's just take a picture of that. Away. I've got today's icon. That's brilliant, that. The reflection of the sun in the water, isn't it? It really is. I had something else, but I think that caps everything. We had a bit of sunshine this morning, and that has literally been about as good as it got. It was, I wouldn't say cold, but it was a bit chilly when I come out. But as my walk's gone on, it's just got warmer. Here you go, he wants a treat. There you go. It's not so long ago we'd be walking down here and the sun had gone. 17:21, it'd be actually dark. So we're going out at 2, picking you guys up at 3, getting home for about 4:30, something like that, 4:15. Many a time it'd be dark, wouldn't it? And now we're on 3:15. And at the end of this month, we're looking at 3:30, and I'm going to leave it at 3:30. Well, it'll be 4:30 for you, but me coming out at 3:30. So tomorrow then, we'll be going to sunny Scunny in North Lincolnshire. Across the river. We'll get the bus from Hull and we'll go across the river through Barton. Hiya. Hiya. I'm okay, you? Hello, you too. Toby's mate. He's a good boy. He knows his friends. See you again. Yeah, Toby knows the 2 greyhounds. He knows them well. I've not seen them for a while though, but it's nice to know they're still there, along with the mum and dad. Yeah, so we're saying about Scunthorpe. So we'll be going tomorrow. We're going to have a walk around the town, and we'll get over to the steelworks and we'll have a quick look around that, or as far as we can anyhow. Hello.
Hi.
Come on. So tomorrow I won't have Toby with me in the afternoon. I think it'd be a bit, he's never been on a bus, and I think there'll be 2 buses going from here to Hull and then Hull to Scunthorpe. I think that'd probably be too much for him. So what I'm going to do, the bus journey, I'll take that, probably won't tape it all, I'll tape some, stop it and then restart it somewhere else where it gets a bit more interesting. And then I'll download that for you to look at. And then after that, we walk around Scunthorpe. I'll just do that using my gimbal. And then we'll come online and we'll do our normal live. Should be about 3 hours footage, I think, tomorrow. Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, not bad.
Not seen you around for a while.
No. No. Been crap weather on it, so.
Yeah, well, it has, hasn't it? But it's good to see you anyhow.
Right.
See you again. Yeah, I used to see them around there a lot. But I haven't seen them for months. There he is, the valiant one. So tomorrow what I'll be doing is taking Toby out in the morning. He did. Toby does. Oh yeah, he does. Toby, yeah. 283, so that's like from Newcastle to London. It's a long way. Yeah, I know it's an absolutely vast place, Nancy. Well, you'll have to do it. You're going to have to do it then, Jack. And get some video footage for us. Sounds good, does that? See, the tide's in right at the very top. At the very end of the South Pier. But here, nah. Still got a lot of beach left. Yeah, so tomorrow it's just going to be a good day, I think. I was thinking of to take some sarnies with me, but I don't think I'll bother. You know what? I could always go and buy something. My diabetes is well under control. He's seen a dog. So I don't need to worry too much about that. It's very, very rare I bother taking any tablets. I think I'm down to like 1 tablet a week or something. When I started it were 2. Hiya. When I started it were 2 a day. If I put loads of miles in, like I'm doing, 12 mile a day, I don't really need to take any. Come on. I don't know, ambulance. One of those that takes you home from the hospital or something. It's certainly picked up. Kiddie wing round her bike, so I'm just turning my camera to one side. Another 2 coming up, 3 kiddie winks on bikes. Put my phone back to the front of me now, the kiddie winks are at the back of me. The Coast Guards vehicle is there. That's a Coast Guard station just across here. It's not like a depot, you don't get anybody in there all the time. See the Coast Guard's vehicle. See Coast Guard. Just worried about this guy coming along. Good boy, Toby. Come on, it's alright now, it's gone. It's not so bad now with bikes. At first, I used to go absolutely berserk at them. But I think I've got him out of that. But every now and again, you'll get a bike and it spooks him. Well, we'll see what work they've done on here today. Yeah, it's been really good that going up to Hollym Beach. It's always good. Toby likes it up there. There's nothing where he can hurt himself. The only thing I need to watch out for are seals. Other than that, it is really safe. There's another thing I think we'll do. We'll have to walk up. No, I can't do it to Sandlam Air, but the problem is, we're doing that. We're going to end up losing our signal. So this is our Valley Gardens. The beautiful birds. Just look at that. Hi, Oliver. No, it's okay. We have had a bit of wind. It seems to have calmed down a lot now, though. Yeah, I think you're probably right there, Nancy. Yeah, so I might just take a bit of salad with me. How do I carry it? Ah. I'll show you in a minute, but let the bus go past. I've got this bag for it. So when I'm not using it, it all goes in the bag. When I'm using it, I've got a lanyard that plugs into the bottom of the gimbal and around my wrist. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. I'll have to get it off though. Oh, it's not going to do it. But I've got like a lanyard that loops around my wrist. Yeah, so I've got this lanyard, it's got a screw on the end, a 1/4 inch screw, and that fits into the bottom of the gimbal. Now the gimbal presses against the phone. Now the gimbal's good, I can move it around and it doesn't really move the phone about it. The phone stays centralised. Would it? Them gulls get fed enough. Yeah, that's because of a gimbal. What I'll do, I'll take a picture of a gimbal. I can't do it at the moment, but I'll take a picture when I get home and I'll post it onto my channel so you can see what the gimbal looks like. It is a really good thing. Before it used to jump about a lot, and then I bought a gimbal. I had to learn how to use it, and then guess what I did? I dropped it and broke it. So I went out and got another one, and I got this lanyard to go around my wrist. Farmer. See, we have it all here. An amazing coastline and very, very fertile agricultural land. Well, I've walked 11.89 miles, so I'm definitely on target for 12. So tomorrow is going to be our big day, isn't it? In a way, it reminds me when my boys were little. I would have these fantastic days out. We'd go on buses, we'd go on trains. And they'd be really excited, and then we'd go, and it was amazing. So they're both men now. They do all that with their own kids, but for me to go with you lot to Scunthorpe tomorrow is going to be brilliant, just like old days. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. sunny Scunny. It's where I did a lot of my work, a lot of my research for me doctorate as well, so it's like going home in a way. Yeah, you know where you're going, Tobes. See, I'm still parked here. Well, Toby just wants to say hello to, good night to everybody. Ooh, where's Toby? There he is. Thanks, Nancy. It is a lovely little place. Yep, I certainly will, Nancy. Yeah, I will have a good evening, Guy. Thank you very much. And you're very welcome. It's always a pleasure. Yep, Dave, I'm looking forward to Scuddy as well tomorrow. It's going to be banging, isn't it, eh? Well, let's just hope it's not raining tomorrow when we go to Scunny. Well, guys, what time is Scunny? It'll be the same time, 4:15 when I get hold of you. So, but I'll be putting stuff as well on my channel, so you'll get. I'll have my normal time with you, but there'll be other stuff as well. Thank you for having me and Toby as well, Nancy. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for your company. It's been absolutely brilliant as always, and yeah, it's been a good walk over on Hollym Beach. It's been brilliant. So yeah, thanks for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, everything, your shares. It's been absolutely brilliant tonight. So I'll see you all tomorrow in Scunthorpe, sunny Scunny. So good night, everybody, from me and from Toby.